1966, I believe, and we were on our way with a caravan of vehicles to Mexico. And so when we stopped at this one little town, I said to everybody, get out, we're going to go to every home in the town. So we took a Gospel of John and also a little booklet on how to know Jesus. And when we were just finishing up, I was heading back to the vehicles, and a lady in a faded red dress came up to me, and in Spanish she said, "Do you have a Bible?" She said, "I've looked at everyone in this town, no one has a Bible." And I thought, my, I got all kinds of Bibles in my shelf, all kinds of versions, all kinds of languages. And she didn't have a Bible. So we were able to get her a Spanish Bible and hand it to her. She held it, was so grateful. Muchísimas gracias. And so I realized the Lord was speaking to me about what it meant not to have a Bible.
I saw that little video, so that was actually 1967, not 1966, he said 1966, but here I'm correcting him. 1967, Lon had that experience in Mexico, and it really did something to him. It changed his idea about how important it is for people to have a Bible. And you know, if you come from a place where you can go into any shelf, into any Walmart, into any place and get a Bible, you're very lucky. There are lots of people in this world that have no idea because they don't have Bibles in their languages. And so when he experienced this for the first time, he was deeply, deeply challenged. And so it took years. They went out and they gave out Bibles in the next years. They did university campuses in Mexico, and it started a whole movement within Ywam to hand out Bibles, to give people access to the Bible. And then in 2003, I was at a conference in Singapore, and it was so funny because suddenly, Lon, out of nowhere, he said, these are his words, "I urge you to put a Bible in every home in the world by 2020. The Bible needs to be in the heart language and available in the way that they can easily understand." And I remember leaning over to my husband saying, "Paul, who's gonna go and bring a Bible to Osama bin Laden?" So if you don't know who that is, he was the mastermind behind 9/11. So we were living in this 9/11 aftermath, and I was thinking, who in the world is gonna bring a Bible to that guy's house? How in the world are you gonna take a Bible to every house in the world? And you might think, oh well, you know, there must be a way. Well, I show you the reality of 2003, because some of you maybe haven't even been born, right? So this is the reality of 2003. The body of Christ needed to work together to do that. He realized this is way too big for Ywam, way too big for some Pentecostals, and so he traveled with some other Ywam leaders to visit the leaders of the Orthodox and the Catholic and the Anglican and the Evangelical Church, leaders of the world. And he made them all more or less agree and commit that they're gonna end Bible poverty together. So that was an important moment, you know, you didn't really feel it, but it was an important moment because he united the body of Christ behind this, to see this happen. And there was a covenant that was made, and that's what it said. We're calling Christians everywhere to pray, translate, publish, distribute, educate, and motivate people for Bible engagement.